Hi, my dear beautiful people. Today I decided to analyze myself. I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to present my good sides, but also my flaws, my bad sides. I like to combine MBTI and Enneagram while describing myself, but also other people, because I believe that people are very, very different, and if we are going to put people in some frame, and create some stereotypes. As you know, I don't think that stereotypes are that bad. I mean, they can be bad, but they are not that bad. There is some truth in it. So at least we can look at many different perspectives and get some conclusions. So that's why I'm going to use this example, and I'm going to put the link down below so you can watch the whole video and to see the channel of this person, because I believe that this video describes me very well, and I'm going to explain you why. In case that you are not familiar with this is tri-type, but I believe that you already know what tri-type is. Okay, let's hear some good sides of me.
If you're the 147, you would have that diligent, intuitive, and innovative nature. It's a pretty remarkable combination, because with that comes an ethical person that is creative and with the 4 and the 7. There's a real sense of purpose and vision and meaning coming together. A passionate personality with someone that sees many possible outcomes, and highly perfectionistic in what they perceive is the most ideal.
If anyone would ever ask me to say something nice about myself, I would probably say this. And definitely I think that vision and my ability to imagine things and to know what is going to happen 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and then work freaking hard to get that, and on that way paying attention to details, and that I'm not going to hurt anyone, so I care about integrity. I think that's my biggest strength, and that's what keeps me doing things that I do in life, and that's my biggest motivation and my biggest passion, after all. And that's a journey that is going to have a lot of enemies, because many people are just skeptical, or they don't want you to succeed or to be happy. I don't know. For some reason, people are like that. Many people, not everyone, of course. So biggest challenge is to not pay attention to that and to keep doing your own thing. But what makes me happy and what makes me successful in my head is that everything that I ever imagined in my life, when I remember what I was thinking 10 years from now, even 20 years from now, I complete everything that I wanted. And the only thing that prevents me from doing my thing and making my vision and my dreams come true is, of course, my health. Maybe that's the only thing that can stop me, but I'm optimistic, so I don't even think about that stuff. I'm going to concentrate on my flaws now, and I'm going to tell you concrete examples from my life that really had happened to me.
Where this type gets into trouble is that they can be so identified with their vision of what could be that they don't see perfection in what is. And they continue striving rather than accepting and allowing. The life mission is to create.
This is just perfect. This lady is perfect. Go and tell her that I love her. Just kidding. I want to say that this is an amazing explanation, and that made me remember when I was I think I was in high school. Everybody was telling me how my body looks amazing. I was playing volleyball, and one person even told me, "You should be a model, your body looks amazing." And I was getting compliments all the time. But even though I like compliments, of course, just an ENFJ, I never felt that compliments. I was never satisfied because I never cared what others think, because I was obsessed with my vision, how my body should look like. I was so freaking obsessed that there were days that I was not even eating at all. Don't worry, I wasn't having an eating disorder, but I was close to that. And it was very hard for me to see how I really look like in my mirror, and to just realize that maybe those people are complimenting me because my body looks fine or good or whatever. Maybe what I want to succeed is not even okay for me, for my health, for anything. So there were many similar things like this in my life that was happening to me, but I think I will just give you one example for everything that this lady is saying, because I want to make it short.
The life mission is to create new standards of excellence. So this is like, okay, it may have been done this way before, but how do we need to do it now? And what do we need to do? So it's educational, it's innovative, it's seeing the difference between what is and what can be. And if we all come together, this is someone that works hard but tries to follow some sort of procedure or process, but innovative.
When I was 10 years old, I made my friends clean one space with me so we could make a theater. I was 10 years old. And then we were inviting our parents, families, our neighbors, and people like that to watch us without giving us any money and things like that. And nobody knows what I was doing that. But I think that people love that. But also many kids hated me because they just wanted to play. And of course there were many kids, okay, not many, but there were some kids that were like, I don't want to do that. I just want to play with my ball. And I was like, okay. But then, because everybody just wanted really to do that, people who were outsiders, they also joined us. And we were all very happy doing that. I mean, I believe that we were all happy. I was happy, and my closest friends were happy. I hope that those kids are not hating me today when they remember me.
The standards of excellence are really great from an idealistic perspective, but they're really kind of hard to maintain. And no one can truly do that long term, but this tri-type will try to do that. And in so doing, become irritable and sensitive and critical of others that are not doing the same.
Long story short, this is why I don't have friends.
Because they are focused on the new and the novel and these standards of excellence, they find innovative ways to implement long-lasting change. They're real visionaries. They're happiest when they can create change and manifest dreams.
Despite living life like this can be very hard, I admit that. I actually enjoy being myself because that's who I am, and I love myself after all. Politics and your political opinions, your dreams and your visions about the world and other people can be very hard. Living with that in your heart can be very hard and stressful. And it's something that you are seeing every day, and you can't change anything because, not anything, you can change small things, but you cannot start the revolution when you don't believe in revolution anymore. And I'm not going to philosophize much about this, but I think that's the most painful thing when it comes to this.
The search is for meaning and finding a way not to entertain and produce and manifest without the possibility of it including the dream and the heartfelt feeling. So this person feels their heart. They just tend to oscillate between these three centers with extreme intensity.
That's true. I either feel like I'm rational and fair and balanced, or very temperamental and idealistic, overly idealistic. And I could tell that search for the meaning is my life. That's my life.
Blind spot is that this tri-type can be so identified with this idealistic zeal for utopia. This is the person that wants utopia, that they may appear to be rigid in manner and inflexible in standards.
It's hard to me to form friendships because I have idealized expectations for people, and in general I have expectations for other people, and when they are not matching my ideal picture, I'm not going to bother them because I believe that people are not going to change, and I have no interest in changing other people. I think that's selfish and not fair. If I ever go completely insane, I think that I will probably going to isolate myself from the world completely and to go on some mountain to, I don't know, live with dogs and sheep and I need to stop.
Or they can become really dispirited if they can't manifest, or there are obstacles or impediments to achieving these idealistic perspectives.
Now you're going to hear maybe something nice about me as well.
This type, as I mentioned, can be very critical, and it's the three types that are focused on being better than. So they're really hard on themselves and anything that they perceive as substandard. Yet they're quite altruistic. So we think of the twos as altruistic, and they are, all twos are, but this is a type that does not have two in the tri-type that is very altruistic. Okay?
This explains my ENFJ-ish nature, but also explains something that I always like to mention when I'm talking about myself, that's integrity. I think that I'm sometimes obsessed with integrity. There are some people with bad intentions that wants to argue with me, that wants to they like to say that they want to prove their point, but that's not true because they are not proving their point. They just want to hurt someone or to create conflict. And when you are avoiding that, or when you are, I'm talking about myself, of course, or when I'm trying to simplify what I think and to avoid them after that. They only believe that you have bad intentions and that you don't want to hear the truth. But that's not true, because I care about integrity. And when people with nice manners and good intentions come to me and tell me their point of view, I'm not closed-minded. I sometimes I even change my mind, or I even think about that more deeply than I was thinking before. So my point was that some people have a hard time to realize that other people don't have bad intentions, don't have some toxic ego that are going to hurt other people. They just care about universal truth or something that is bigger than them. So 4, but 4 with the 3 wing, which means the aristocrat, which also means well manners. 1 with the 2 wing, the advocate, which means that I'm going to prove my point. And 7 with 8 wing, that's where my confidence comes from and my enthusiasm for things, and that's what makes me grounded in this world.